Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to Chandu Biology Classes. So, in the previous class, we discussed a topic on Socio-Religious Reform Movement, and we have covered the first part. Today in the second part, we will be covering the remaining topics that are there when it comes to Socio-Religious Reform Movements. Okay. Before this, we have covered certain topics like advent of Europeans, and when the Europeans came, the most dominant force was British. Okay. All other people were eliminated by the British. If you see the sequence of them coming, first who came? Portuguese, then the Dutch, then the English, then the Danes, and also French. Okay. And also French. Then we started learning about the Governor Generals of and Viceroys of India. Initially they were called Governors of Bengal, later it was changed to Governor General of Bengal, later it was changed to Governor General of India, and later it became what? Viceroy of India. Okay, this and all we have studied. When we spoke about Governor of Bengal, the most important person is Robert Clive. He introduced dual government. Next we studied about Warren Hastings. Warren Hastings is a very important personality, okay, when it comes to whatever the changes he made. Okay, under him Supreme Court was to be set up at Calcutta as per Regulating Act of 1773. Okay. Next thing is we learnt Cornwallis, correct? No, Cornwallis code on judiciary he gave, and also he gave permanent land settlement. Who? Lord Cornwallis. Next, another important figure we learnt is Wellesley, Lord Wellesley, subsidiary alliance. Subsidiary alliance means what? For a kingdom, the protection will be given by the British, but inside the kingdom there will be a British person. They call it as the British resident that stays in the kingdom. Okay, but that person, he should not interfere in the internal administration of the kingdom, but usually or often the person used to interfere in that. And most important, this kingdom which is under subsidiary alliance, for getting the protection from the British, they had to pay the revenue, that is the tax. Okay, but apart from that, if they have to communicate with kingdom of other people, other kingdoms or whatever, okay, they had to take the permission of the British. This is nothing but they are already under the rule of the British, okay, indirectly or directly. Okay, so this was a subsidiary alliance, and the first province that came under the subsidiary alliance is, that is Hyderabad. The Nizams of Hyderabad was the first state that came under subsidiary alliance. Then we learned one more important figure, that is Lord William Bentinck. Okay, Lord William Bentinck is important because he was the first Governor General of India. Okay, Charter Act of 1833. Okay, is made him the first Governor General of India. Those who are attending for the first time, no need to panic. Okay, please watch from the beginning those classes, then you will be able to connect. If you have doubt, you can come to me. Next thing is, we studied about Governor General of India, Lord William Bentinck. Under him, Sati system was abolished. Along with him, Rajaram Mohan Rai also helped him. Okay, so Rajaram Mohan Rai comes in our Socio-Religious Reform Movements. Which Samaj it is? Brahmo Samaj. Brahmo Samaj. Okay, Rajaram Mohan Rai. And next we learnt about Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, but before that I am talking about Governor Generals. Okay, under him there was Macaulay's Minute. Macaulay's Minute means, that is Macaulay is a person. Under him he gave some suggestions, they were called as minutes. It was on education. Okay, as per that, English was to be made the official language at all levels, be it preschool or primary school, or be it at higher primary school or high school or intermediate at or university level. Everywhere English should be the language. That was made. But in 1854, okay, Lord Dalhousie became the Governor General. Under him, most important thing is doctrine of lapse that came into being. During that period only, there was something called Wood's Dispatch. Wood's Dispatch said that English can be official language, but at the ground level, at the grassroots level, that is school level and all, there can be another option, that they can go for vernacular language. Vernacular language means, that is the local language or the native language. For example, for us it is Telugu, and also it is Urdu also, correct? No, here in this place, correct? No, so local language also can be studied, but in higher classes, that is when you go for degree or masters or university level, you study it in English. That is what that was recommendation given by Wood's Dispatch. And another important thing about Dalhousie is, he spoke that, or he gave the idea, that is the doctrine of lapse. He gave the idea of doctrine of lapse. Under that, if a kingdom, if it does not have a natural king, suppose a king, he does not have a natural king or a natural son. Okay, if he is an adopted son, if he does not have an own son, that means he does not have a natural heir. Heir we call it. Okay, Varasdara, something like that. Okay, Varasudu if they don't have naturally, we call it as heir. Okay, natural heir if they don't have, what do we call it? That time that kingdom will go directly into automatically into the hands of the British. If they don't have one person or the one son, okay, if this is the adopted son, they won't accept. who the British won't accept, they say that no, it is not allowed, you have to give the kingdom to us. So this is the meaning of doctrine of lapse. Under this, so many kingdoms were annexed. I mean, annexed means taken control by the British. So you can see the examples. There are Satara, Jhansi, Sambalpur, Jaipur, all these places. These are all the places that came under doctrine of lapse. Another kingdom, that is Awadh. Okay, it was captured by the British, and the pretext or the reason that was given was misgovernance. They said that this Awadh is experiencing misgovernance, so let us annex that kingdom. Okay, which one? Awadh. Awadh is a province, that is present day Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so these are all the things we learnt, and in the previous class we started with socio-religious reform movements. Before that, before coming back to the topic, I would like to inform you again. Biosciences paper 3 and also general studies for TGPSC PGT new batch has already started. You can join the next batch in the 15th August. Okay, 15th August new batch, another new batch will start. You can join that, or if you want to enroll now itself, you can enroll also. So same thing it goes for JL and DL. We are providing only core paper, we are providing even general paper also. So here also new batch has already started, but if you want, you can enroll now, or you can enroll within 15 days, that is upcoming batch, because every 15 days a new batch will start here. Okay, for more details you can contact on this number here also, 861-830-1827, or you can visit our branch Narayanguda, Hyderabad for more details. Okay, this is about the courses. Now let us come back to our topic of discussion, that is socio-religious reform movements. Okay, at that time we know that there were so many social evils like sati, okay, child marriage, polygamy, all these things, and also untouchability, all these things. Social evils, they had to be removed out, because they are evil, they have to be removed out. So for that there are various factors that contributed in the socio-religious reform movements. Main thing is the British rule, because the British felt that these are all superstition, they had to be wiped out. Okay, next thing is the role of Western ideas. At that time there was French Revolution, all these things that was happening. Okay, and Indian educated middle class and intelligent people. Intelligent people means those who were educated. Okay, those who are educated, that is intelligentsia we call them. Okay, those people, and also the role of press. Because of that, what was happening in the other parts of the world was coming to India through newspapers, all these things. Those who could read that, they got the knowledge that okay, we can also change our society. Because of this, socio-religious reform movement started happening. Okay, so suppose there is something called a pure form. Okay, it has been modified into some form which is having some evils. Okay, this one you can go back to your old form, that is called revivalist movement, or you can modify this and incorporate modern ideas and go forward in a much better way, that is called reformist movement. So like that we learnt various movements. Okay, we learnt various movements. First thing is we learnt about Brahmo Samaj. Okay, Brahmo Samaj. So when I talk about social religious reform movements, we divide it into basically some 3-4 categories. First we learnt is all India movements or North India. Okay, you can talk about there, if we talk about, we spoke about Brahmo Samaj, then is Arya Samaj, all these things. Then we studied about Muslim or Islam reform movements. Then we studied about Sikh reform movements. Okay, then we have to study about South Indian reform movements. So social religious reform movements in South India, all these things we have to study. So let us revise this once again. So when we spoke about Brahmo Samaj, most important thing which what I told you is you have to focus on the founder, that is Raja Ram Mohan Rai. Okay, it was earlier not called as Samaj, it was called Brahma Sabha in 1828. You have to remember the date, 1828. Next thing is purify Hinduism and preach monotheism, that is he was against idol worship. No need to have so many idols, different god, different idols, not required. Okay, have a single idol or whatever it is. Monotheism, single god, single idol, single belief. That is what the idea given by Brahmo Samaj. Okay, they were against priesthood, superstition, all these things I told you in the previous class. Priesthood means at that time whatever the priestly class said, that was considered as final. Okay, so using this as an opportunity, the priest used to take lot of money for whatever the rituals they used to make. They used to take lot of sacrifices. Sacrifices in the sense they used to make people do sacrifices. Okay, you have to give this one. Okay, give your cattle to us. Okay, give your this thing for us, this thing to us, then it will become good for you. Like this, they used to take money, and also in kind of so many materials also they used to take. Okay, these priests. Okay, this farm of land if you give to us, or if you give to temple, good will happen. So instead of temple, that land will be used by the priest. Okay, like this, so many things used to happen. So this Brahmo Samaj fought against that. Next we have something called Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Okay, he was fought against oppression against the untouchables or the lower caste people. Okay, priesthood, I told that time they used to use Sanskrit. Okay, and only higher castes could speak Sanskrit or go to Sanskrit schools. So to break the monopoly or to break the control of the priest, he himself opened the Sanskrit school, so that every other people, every other section or the lower caste people can also go and learn Sanskrit, so that not just the priest, anyone who wants to learn, they can go to this college. So he opened Sanskrit college, and most importantly, he also, there was Widow Remarriage Act was passed because of his effort, and also Bethune school was started. Bethune school was started by Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Okay, next Young Bengal movement, Vivian Derozio and his students. Okay, it was influenced by French Revolution, rationalism, equality, all these things, but it had limited impact. Okay, I am just going through because already we have discussed. Next is Arya Samaj movement. Okay, it was founded by Swami Dayananda Saraswati in 1875. This is the slogan, it is go back to Vedas. That's why it is revivalist movement. Go back to Vedas, Arya Samaj, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, 1875. Okay, they established DAV institutions. It also opposed idolatry, magic, sacrifices, okay, untouchability and child marriage. Sacrifices means it's not just sacrificing, giving the money or something. They were also sacrificing humans also, okay, for some rituals and all these things. Okay, next thing is DAV schools. Most important thing is this Shuddhi campaign. Okay, actually at that time there was influence of Islam also, Christianity also. Okay, so many Hindus had converted to Islam or Christianity, so they wanted to reconvert them back to what? Back to Hinduism. So that's why they started a campaign or movement that is called as what? Shuddhi campaign. Okay, Shuddhi campaign, you should know it is under Arya Samaj by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Shuddhi campaign, if they ask, it is Arya Samaj. Okay, and go back to the Vedas, Arya Samaj. Okay. Next thing is Prarthana Samaj. It is says, the word itself says Prarthana means prayer. Okay, it was founded by, with the help of MDG Ramane, but Atmaram Panduranga. He was the person who founded it. For him, who gave the help? It is Mahadev Govinda Ranade. Okay, this is the person who gave help. Okay, it fought against same thing. All are fighting against the same thing, because social evils at that time, it was the same thing. Casteism, okay, oppression against lower caste, okay, widows were harassed, child marriage, okay, polygamy was there, all these things. Yeah. So they opened libraries, night schools and established Widow Remarriage Association in 1861. So please understand, Widow Remarriage Association was by Prarthana Samaj, not Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar is what? Widow Remarriage Act in 1856. Widow Remarriage Association was found in 1861 under Prarthana Samaj. Okay, please remember this. Widow Remarriage Association was founded in 1861 by Prarthana Samaj. Please remember this. Okay, don't get confused. Okay. Next thing is Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna Mission, very famous personality, Swami Vivekananda. Okay, Swami Vivekananda in 1897. Okay, he was a disciple. Disciple means he was a student of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Okay, he had founded Paramahamsa Mandali, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa student was Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda founded Ramakrishna Mission. The main motto of this Ramakrishna Mission was Vedanta philosophy. They focused on Vedanta philosophy. Okay, go back to the Vedas means, that is Arya Samaj. Go back to the Vedas means there you will go and study the different Vedas. Most important thing is Rig Veda, that is the oldest Veda. Rig Veda, okay, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda, Sama Veda. Okay, Sama Veda talks about music, all these things, and you also study about Upanishads, all Aryanas, all these things. Okay, next this is Vedanta. Okay, this is Vedanta philosophy by Vivekananda. See, Vivekananda, Vedanta, Ramakrishna Mission. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was his teacher. Under this name only he started the mission. Okay, he started schools, hospitals and dispensaries, preached Neo-Hinduism and universal oneness of God. Neo-Hinduism means Hinduism that is already there, but you can accept modern ideas. Like widow remarriage you allow, although it is not there in original Hinduism, please allow that. That is the meaning of incorporating modern ideas, not Western ideas. Western, please understand, there is a difference between modernization and Westernization. Westernization means you simply copy, paste with you. Okay, they are Western people, they are wearing those clothes, I will also wear those clothes. It's not like that. Those Western ideas, okay, in summer, okay, we have to wear this kind of clothes, okay, but as per our society, for summer I wear this type of clothes. Okay, take the idea but modify it as per the needs of our society. okay, as per the needs of our society. Okay, they eat burger, all these things for lunch also. We will eat some of the other day just like snacks. Can we eat like that everyday lunch? No. For us, rice is required, normal food is required. Okay, just to become Western, don't try to follow everything. Modernization is different, Westernization is different. Got it? Next thing is, you have to understand, preached Neo-Hinduism means incorporating modern ideas in Hinduism, not Western ideas, modern ideas. Next thing is universal oneness of God. He felt that for the entire universe there is only one God. Universal oneness of God means although there are different religions, there is only one God. Okay, so he preached unity in humankind. Okay, unity among humankind with respect to the God or religion. That is what Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Mission focused on. Okay. Next is Satya Shodhak Samaj. Satya Shodhak Samaj. Satya means truth. Shodhak means in search of truth. Okay, in search of truth. Satya Shodhak Samaj. Next thing is, it was founded by Jyotiba Phule in 1873. Jyotiba Phule is also belonging to, this person is also belonging to lower caste. Okay, so to help the lower caste come out of the humiliation or oppression or to fight against the upper caste, he started Satya Shodhak Samaj to fight against casteism. Okay, Satya Shodhak Samaj by Jyotiba Phule 1873. Now also you can see Jyotiba Phule schools are there in every state, in every region of our states. States also are there, various parts of other states also. All over India we have Jyotiba Phule schools. Okay, now aimed at educating and liberating women and lower castes. See, aimed at educating and liberating women and lower castes. That is focused on women empowerment and also educating not just the women and lower caste people. That is Satya Shodhak Samaj. Next thing we have, they condemn social discrimination and open schools for untouchables in 1854. That is Satya Shodhak Samaj. Next thing what we have is Veda Samaj. Okay, founded in 1864. You have to remember Sridharlu Naidu. Again it focuses on the same things. Okay, Sridharlu Naidu you have to remember. Next what we have is SNDP movement. Now these are all what? These are all South Indian movement. Okay, we will discuss this again. Now we have to discuss this. Now these are Islamic movements. That is Islamic movements or Muslim reform movements. First is Wahhabi movement by Syed Ahmed. Just Syed Ahmed. Okay, of Raebareli. This was a revivalist movement to purify Islam. Okay, to purify Islam. That's all you remember. Next what we have is Faraizi movement. Faraizi movement by Haji Shariatullah. Okay, aimed at purifying Islam and ending un-Islamic practices. Okay, un-Islamic practices means those practices which are not conforming to what Islam says. Whatever is there in the Islam, follow that. Away from Islam, don't go. This is also one kind of revivalist only you can take. Yesterday I told reformist, but if you look at this statement, it is actually revivalist, un-Islamic. Whatever that is not Islamic, don't allow that. So that means it is actually revivalist only. Okay, that like that you have to understand. Yesterday I did a mistake that I told it is reformist. It is not reformist, it is revivalist. Understand? So this is popular among Muslim peasantry. This was popular among Muslim peasantry. Got it? Next thing is, this is Faraizi movement. Next thing what we have is Ahmadiyya movement. Ahmadiyya movement was founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in 1889. Okay, it advocated liberal Islam. Liberal, whenever they say liberal, neo, something means modern ideas are being incorporated. If they use neo-Hinduism, neo-Islam, neo-Christianity or liberal Islam, liberal Hinduism, that means it is what? Modern ideas are accepted. So liberal Islam, universal religion of humanity, that is what Ahmadiyya movement focus. So this is what, this is also reformist movement. Okay, opposed jihad. Jihad means marrying for the sake of converting them to their own religion. That is jihad. It opposed jihad, promoted education and started schools and colleges. So this also focused on humanity as a whole, not on any particular religion. What? Ahmadiyya movement. Okay. Next what we had studied is Aligarh movement by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Okay. It was promoted modern education among Muslims and opened Aligarh school in 1875. Later it became Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College. Okay. Next we learnt about Parsi reform movement. Most thing is Nauraji Fardonji, Dadabai Nauraji. Okay, in 1851 they started a newspaper, Dadabai Nauraji, that is Rast Gaftar, and Dadabai Nauraji is also called as Grand Old Man of India. Okay, women upliftment, education, Parsi religion, all these things we studied in the previous class. Next we have Nirankari movement. So these are all what? These are all Sikh reform movements. Nirankari means it is formless God. Okay, there is no Akar. Nirankari movement by Baba Dayal Das. This was founded by Baba Dayal Das. We studied in the previous class. Correct? No. Next we studied about Singh Sabha movement. This is where we ended. Singh Sabha movement, it was among the Sikhs. Okay, it was started by two Singhs, that is Thakur Singh and Gyan Singh. Okay, in 1873, they fought Christian missionary influence. Christian missionary influence means this Christian missionary were trying to convert the Sikhs into Christians. They fought the Christian missionary influence. Who? This Thakur Singh and Gyan Singh under Singh Sabha movement. Okay. Next, established Khalsa schools to modernize Sikh education. Khalsa school was established by whom? Singh Sabha movement. Okay, it is Singh Sabha movement. Okay. Next, what we have is we studied about Gurudwara Reform movement. Gurudwara Reform movement is also known as Akali movement. They also have their party or organization now, that is called Akali Dal. Okay. Earlier they were peaceful, now they are revolutionary party. Sometimes they take up violence also. Okay. This Akali movement. Okay. Like how I told about priests, same way there also there were Mahantas, Sikh corrupt Mahantas. So they aimed at removing these corrupt Mahantas from Sikh Gurudwaras. Okay. Sikh Gurudwaras, they were controlled by Mahantas. These Mahantas were like actually very corrupt. They were taking lot of money from the Sikh in the name of superstition, all these things. So this Gurudwara Reform movement aimed at removing these corrupt Mahantas and opened Gurudwaras for every people. Everyone can enter Gurudwaras now. Okay. So that is the meaning of launched non-violent Satyagraha in 1921, that is during non-cooperation movement. They also participated. Led to Sikh Gurudwara Act in 1922, control given to Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee. That is, earlier it was under the control of Mahantas, Gurudwaras. They are like temples for Sikhs. Now these Gurudwaras are under the control of Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee. Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee. That much is not required. You just have to remember there is one Gurudwara Reform movement. It is also known as Akali movement. That's it. Okay. Under Sikh Reform movement, this also comes. That much is enough for you. Got it? Next thing what we have is significance of reform movements. But before that, you have to study reform movements in South India. Reform movements in South India. Among that, we have two most important. SNDP movement, yesterday itself I told you, Sri Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalana movement. Sri Narayan Guru, Sri Narayan Guru Sri Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalana movement. It was started by Sri Narayan Guru. Okay. The movement itself is Sri Narayan Guru for Ezavas of Kerala, not otherwise. For Ezavas of Kerala. Ezavas in Kerala. Ezavas means they are one of the lower caste in Kerala. Okay. They are one of the lower caste in Kerala. For them, this Narayan Guru started a movement because they were facing lot of oppression, fought against caste discrimination and denial of temple entry. Okay. At that time, these lower caste people were made to stay outside the village. Okay, and they were not also allowed to public places, like where actually a public place where all others are taking water, they were not allowed to take. You know that time there was lot of wells and all. Even now you can see in the villages, those wells were not to be used by these lower caste or untouchable people. Also, they were not allowed to enter the temple. Only they had to stay outside and pray. All these things were there. So they fought against this. So for these people, these Ezavas, they are the lower caste people in Kerala. For them, this Narayan Guru started SNDP movement. Okay. SNDP Yogam raised issues like education, road access, political representation. That is for Ezavas, that is the lower caste people. What it started? SNDP movement. First is education. Next is road access. Certain roads should be used by only high caste people. They were not allowed. Now access should be given to everyone. Now also political representation, be it for panchayats, Grama Sabha, all these things. For that they should also be allowed. That is what it means. Okay, that is what it means. Actually, Grama Sabha means what? No, Grama Sabha means in a village, any person who is 18 years and above, any person who is 18 years and above, and also what that is, he has a voting right. Okay, he is automatically becoming the member of the Grama Sabha. He is automatically member of the Grama Sabha. Okay, Grama Sabha means it is made of Sabha of Gramas, that is Sabha of the village. That village means it is having the people 18 years and above, they are all the members of Grama Sabha. But these people were not made allowed to be members of Grama Sabha, all these things. So that is the meaning of political representation. They also should be made members of Grama Sabha. Okay, when the panchayat comes, for them whatever the issues you have to discuss in the Grama Sabha. So you should make them also the members of Grama Sabha, because they too have issues that should also be sorted. Okay, that is the meaning of political representation. Also panchayat members election also takes place. There also you give chance for them also to stand for the election. That is the meaning of political representation. Clear? Next what we have is, we have something called self-respect movement. Highly important, very very important, because this is asked multiple times. Okay, self-respect movement, very important, founded by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, or it is also called as Periyar movement. Okay, if they say self-respect movement or if they say Periyar movement, it is one and the same. Okay, Periyar movement means, okay, self-respect movement or Periyar movement, it is one and the same. It was started in 1925 by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, this is also taking place in Kerala itself. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, Periyar movement. Okay, his name, he was also called Periyar. Okay, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, okay, he was also called Periyar. Okay, in 1925 it started. Okay, rejected Brahmanical dominance and religious orthodoxy. There is orthodoxy means religious, that is these rituals should be happening like this only, it should be performed by these people only, and women should not perform, all these things. Orthodoxy was there. That against them they fought, and also they fought against Brahmanical dominance, because this self-respect movement was also for the lower caste people, because there was discrimination at that time. To fight against the Brahmanical dominance, the self-respect movement, that is even the lower caste people also have self-respect. That is the meaning of this. That is why the movement itself was given as self-respect movement. Okay, self-respect movement, very important, founded by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. His name, he was also called Periyar. That is why it is also called as Periyar movement in 1925. It rejected Brahmanical dominance, okay, and religious orthodoxy. It promoted equality, women's rights and social justice. Same thing like other things. For this is for whom? For the lower caste people. Promoted equality, women's rights and also social justice. Okay, social justice. Got it? This is the meaning of, this is the objective or the mission of self-respect movement. So when it comes to South India, we will study two things, that is SNDP movement and also self-respect movement. So both are happening in Kerala, don't get confused. Okay, SNDP movement, it is for Ezavas. This self-respect movement not just for Ezavas, every lower caste people, that is particularly for Ezavas. Okay, they are also low caste, but one caste, but under low caste so many people, castes come. So this is for entire self-respect movement. This is also happening in Kerala. Got it? So when we talk about South India, we have to talk about this. Now this is it about when it comes to socio-religious reform movements. Now what we have to discuss is, now we have to discuss what was the significance. Of course, reforms are happening. Significance, what is the output, what is the outcome of these reform movements, we have to see. That is the meaning of significance of reform movements. So when I talk about significance, so positives, what are the positive things? That is, it helped in women empowerment. Empowerment of women, definitely, because there was abolition of sati and also there was allowance. Child marriage was stopped. Okay, stopped in the sense it reduced, and also lower caste were allowed to temple, and also when it comes to women, widow remarriage was also allowed. Okay, and promoted rationalism. Rationalism means the growth of science. For anything there should be reason. Okay, abolished evil practices like sati and parda. Parda means, when we talk about parda means, it's actually the white cloth or cloth or something that they cover their face. You can see in Islam or many other religions it is practiced even now. Okay, that is up to them, that is their religion, not a problem, but this was stopped. Okay, they fought against this also, because they too have rights. Women also have the equal rights. That is what the meaning of this. Okay, they abolished parda system. Then encouraged nationalism, Western education and modernization. Okay, so because of this, what they felt is, okay, by these educated people reforms are happening, so these people also started thinking, if we are also educated, we can also think on those lines and develop ourselves. So it promoted nationalism, Western education and modernization. Negatives means, one thing you have to understand, negatives means this was limited to urban areas. It did not spread more to rural areas. Okay, limited to urban middle class. Okay, ignored rural population, emphasized religious over scientific progress. Okay, most of the things what I told, yes, there was the upliftment of women, all these things. Most of the places I used one or the other religion. Purify Islam, okay, purify Hinduism. Okay, their main aim was religion. religious reform movement. It's not just about developing scientific temper. Okay, it was not about developing scientific temper. More focus on giving on religion, not an education or something. And also it was restricted to urban areas, not to rural areas. That means it did not reach the majority of our population. India lives in villages. Mahatma Gandhi says India lives in villages. This social-religious reform movement did not impact much on the rural areas. Okay, did not impact much on the rural areas. That was one of the drawback. But definitely there were positives. Okay, how we saw 1857 revolt, there were negatives, lot of positives. What is the positive? There was nationalism and also patriotism and also Hindu-Muslim unity in 1857 revolt. Next, we will study important leaders and organizations. Okay, when I talk about certain things, okay, All India Anti-Untouchability League, All India Anti, that is against untouchability, they started a league. This was started by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, if they give All India Untouchability League, if it is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, it is wrong. Of course, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar fought for the lower caste, but this anti-untouchability league was started by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, he was the person who called them as Harijans. Okay, that is children of God. Okay, so All India Anti-Untouchability League was started by Mahatma Gandhi ji. All India Kisan Sabha, that is for the Kisan means farmers. Okay, so started by Swami Sahajananda Saraswati. Okay, Swami not Dayananda Saraswati, it is Sahajananda Saraswati. Swami Sahajananda Saraswati. Next is self-respect movement. We know that it is Ramaswamy Naikar. Okay, Kisan Sabha, Sahajananda. Anti-Untouchability League, it is Gandhiji. Okay, this is Kisan Sabha is Sahajananda. Okay, now let us have a look at some questions based on this topic. Okay, first one, who founded the Arya Samaj in 1875? Dayananda Saraswati. Vivekananda, it is Ramakrishna Mission. Rajaram Mohan Rai, it is Brahmo Samaj. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, he fought for women. Okay, widow remarriage and also Bethune school. But this is Swami Dayananda Saraswati, it is Arya Samaj. And it also Arya Samaj Shuddhi movement. You have to remember. Next thing what we have is MCQ, which movement was started by Jyotiba Phule? Satya Shodhak Samaj. Brahmo Samaj, I told you, Rajaram Mohan Rai. Self-respect movement, Naikar, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. And Prarthana Samaj, it is by Atmaram Panduringa along with MG the Ranade. MGR, Mahatma Govinda Ranade. Okay, Mahadev Govinda Ranade. Who is considered as founder of Ramakrishna Mission? Swami Vivekananda. Okay, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was his teacher. Okay. Which movement aimed to reconvert Hindus from Islam and Christianity? Which movement? It is Shuddhi campaign. Shuddhi campaign. Who led the Young Bengal movement? It is Derozio. Derozio, correct? No. Which movement associated with Ezavas of Kerala? SNDP movement. SNDP movement. Self-respect is everyone, every lower caste. SNDP is particularly Ezavas. Aligarh movement focused on modern education for Muslims. Modern education for Muslims. Aligarh movement. Who opened Bethune school for women's education? Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Okay. Which reformer founded the self-respect movement? Ramaswamy Naikar. What was the primary goal of Singh Sabha? Sikh education and reform. Sikh education and reform. So that's it. This is the topic. Okay. So in the upcoming class, we will start with some other topic or some other subject. Okay. I will wind up now. Let's meet in the next session. Okay. I will share the notes today in the group. You are not added now. You will be added. Okay. You can access the notes. Okay. Please revise. I will wind up now. Thank you. Take care.